We interrupt this regularly scheduled Disney Dining Review programming to bring you
a Universal Dining Review at the brand new Flora Taverna.
Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back again for another dining review, this time over at Universal Orlando Resort.
So we had a staycation weekend where we stayed at Helios and we wanted to enjoy everything that the hotel had to offer, which included their brand new table service dining restaurant, which is Flora Taverna. So we went to dinner there one evening.
So there are 3 food and beverage locations inside Universal's Helios Grand Hotel, which by the way, is an amazing hotel. That is for another video, but let me tell you, the views into Epic Universe, since this hotel has its own private entrance into Epic Universe, and all of the theme park view rooms have a spectacular view of the theme park because it's right next to it. More on that in another video. But the 3 food and beverage locations are the Aurora Market, which is quick service, grab and go, Starbucks location. They've got gelato in there, sandwiches, that kind of thing. Bar Helios, which we put our experience there in our vlog from last week. So check that out with our staycation experience from Universal's Helios Grand. And this, Flora Taverna. I was a little bit intrigued about what this was even going to be because the Helios Grand Hotel is themed around like Greece and like really all of Epic Universe is like Greek gods and the cosmos and all of this. And so I thought it was going to be like Mediterranean style flair, and there is Mediterranean food there. There's also pastas and pizzas, and I know that is part of like Mediterranean cuisine as well, but there is a ton to choose from. I mean,
there really is.
The menu has everything from flatbreads to like hummus dips and to fish. Apparently the fish
like
is supposed to be really, really good there. Steaks, pastas, I mean, you name it. Like this, there's a lot to choose there. So I was really impressed with the selection just on the menu itself before we even got in the restaurant.
Yeah, absolutely. And we took a peek at the breakfast menu as well and considered getting breakfast there. And it looked equally as amazing with a, there was a baklava French toast, which I'm very intrigued by, and a lot of other options as well. So we might have to go back and have breakfast at Flora Taverna at some point.
Okay, so normally we cut to the actual, we're still gonna cut to the actual experience, but normally we hadn't been there yet, but spoiler, we just got back a couple of days ago, so we've already been there, we already know how we liked it, but we are gonna cut to our experience, and then we'll be back here to wrap up everything with the reviews. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do this. All right, we have arrived to Flora Taverna. This is a very dark restaurant, so we have lights out, which is kind of crazy. It looks really good. They've got everything from Greek stuff to Italian stuff. They've got steaks, they have got pizzas, they have got pastas, they have got fresh fish. So still not sure what we are doing for dinner yet, but we did order the focaccia bread appetizer that comes with olive oil. That olive oil is super fresh. The bread is kind of basic, but the olive oil is outstanding. And we just ordered drinks, so we'll check those out here in a minute.
I got the spicy melon. It's got Patron, cantaloupe, and hot honey syrup, lemon juice, and Grand Marnier in it. Cheers. Oh, that's nice. Oh, wow. So many flavors in that. So immediately I got hit with like the fruity flavor, like the melon flavor, which was really refreshing. And then you get just like a little kick of spiciness in there from that hot honey syrup. Generally just overall a really nice beverage. I like that a lot.
Okay, I got the espresso old fashioned. One large cube, crystal clear. You've got cocoa bitters, you have Maker's Mark whiskey, and then you have an espresso liqueur, and then just espresso. So, let's see. Very espresso-y, but really well balanced actually. Just the orange peel. There's not orange bitters in there, but just that orange peel, you get that refreshing orange aroma. Goes really, really well with the espresso and also the cocoa bitters. That's super good. Like that's solid.
All right, so I got the margarita pizza, and it comes in like, you know, they cook it in like the wood stone fire stove, whatever. It looks amazing. All right, that is not Italy, and it's not via Napoli, but it's pretty close. That's very tasty.
I got the rigatoni. Oh my god. The pasta is like perfectly cooked. It's very soft, not chewy at all. And the sauce is like very, very creamy and very well seasoned, and it's just overall so good.
Okay, I got the burger, which sounds a little strange, but she said it was phenomenal. So it's a bacon cheeseburger, looks great. That's a good burger, man. That is. Take a couple more bites before I fully formulate an opinion, but that's a fantastic burger, actually. And the fries, let's see. Oh, those are good. They're steak fries. We got a really good seasoning on them. Okay, I'm happy. Let's dive in.
All right, we are going to chow down, and we will finish this up at home.
All right, we are back.
Magically.
Again. We're back again. Let's talk about our experience. So first off, you walk in. The thing that first hit me whenever you walk in, because we were going at night, our reservation was 8:15, I think, right? So it was definitely dark outside. Just walking through the lobby, you can look off to your right and see Epic Universe out there. There is a patio that you can go out. It's just a big, giant patio that you don't have to have theme parks to go out. So you can go from Helios lobby onto this patio and just stare at everything. And we did. We just stared. It was amazing.
We did. We stared at that park a lot for the last few days that we were there. So, all right. Before we get into the actual rating, though, if you're looking to plan your next magical vacation, please reach out to us over at Fantastical Vacations. We plan Disney destinations, Universal, including Epic Universe and Helios, cruise lines, and all-inclusive resorts.
All right, let's dive right in with ambiance and theming. So, moving past that lobby with those epic views, you get into the restaurant. Now, what struck me about the restaurant first and foremost is that it seemed very, very dimly lit in there.
Yes.
And I don't know, so there are like 3 sections to this restaurant. The first section that you walk in has got these beautiful like roses on the ceiling. I think they're roses. There's some sort of red flower up on the ceiling. And then you get into the next kind of the middle of the restaurant, and there is an open expo kitchen where you can see them cooking back there.
Which I love. That adds to the ambiance and theming.
Very cool. And they have some very cool booths in this restaurant. That section was really well lit because of all the lights coming from the expo kitchen. And then you went into the last section and it was just seating in there. And that was like okay lit, like it was kind of dim, but kind of romantic. The first section though that was really, really dim, they had lights on the ceiling, they just weren't on. So I'm not sure what the purpose of that was. But anyway, it just felt really, really dim in there. Then you can sit outside. It was kind of windy, so we didn't request to sit outside, and it looked really dark out there. Like it was not lit at all. So I don't even know. Your mileage may vary on the outside.
Yeah, but I have to say the tables are all spaced apart fairly decently, we feel like. Really, you didn't feel like you were right on top of people. The noise level wasn't terrible, and there were quite a few people in there, including the open kitchen, so it wasn't like overwhelmingly loud. So with those epic views, I mean, that and the fact that you can do inside, outside, there's all of these sections. You can seat very comfortably in a booth or a table. We gave ambiance and theming a 4.5. All right, service. So our server was great. She was wonderful. There was some timing issues with the delivery of stuff. So we finished our little appetizer of our bread before our drinks even arrived, which was a little odd. We also had to ask for the focaccia had oil and balsamic that you can dip in it, and we had to. It came with 2 little ones because we had 2 orders. We had to ask for another one, and really probably could have had a 4th. Like there just was they were not being very liberal with their olive oil and balsamic.
But the appetizer itself was really, really good. So we had already had a trio, mezza trio, I think they called it, with room service, which was hummus, a red pepper dip, and then olives. But we had already had that with room service the day prior, so we chose the focaccia. The bread was done well, not the best bread ever, but that olive oil was fantastic. I could have just drunk the olive oil. So not having enough of that was a little bit of a bummer. Again, she brought what was served.
Right.
But yeah, the issues with timing a little bit. But yeah, she was lovely, so we thought she was definitely above average, so we gave her a 4.
She did give great recommendations too. So, drinks. Now, I got the spicy melon. It was basically like a melon type margarita almost, and it had a little kick to it, and it was really quite good. I would probably standalone, my drink was probably like 4.5. His drink though,
Y'all, you know I pride myself on knowing where the best old fashions are. They had an espresso old fashioned, which intrigued me. It was fantastic. I got an espresso old fashioned at Three Bridges that was not good. It was watered down. It was bleh. This one was like next. It was very, very good. Very well balanced. I would have gotten another one if I didn't want to. It was like 9 p.m. at this point, and I didn't want to be awake until 2 a.m. So I just got the one, but I really wanted another one. It was wonderful. Highly recommend getting the espresso old fashioned.
it was
Like
really good.
Well done. So I think my espresso old fashioned was probably a 5.
So we settled on 4.5 for the drinks.
Food. Okay, here's where it gets interesting. So, we didn't really know what we wanted. We considered all the entrees. I mean, the flatbread sounded good, the pastas sounded good, the steak sounded good, the fish was intriguing, but the fish was a little bit on the expensive side. It was like $60-something for that fish. So we asked our waitress for her recommendations, and the first thing she said was, this is gonna sound weird, but the burger.
The Wagyu burger.
And I'm like, all right, that's an odd recommendation at the Greek place with some Italian flair in there. And she's like, trust me on this, it's fantastic. So that is what I got. What did you get?
All right, so I got the pizza because she said the pizza. She didn't list the pizzas in her initial recommendations. But I really was kind of craving the pizza, and I do like a good wood-fired pizza. And so I got the margarita pizza, and it was quite good. The only thing that was actually missing was tomatoes themselves on there. Like it had the tomato sauce and the mozzarella, but it didn't, and the basil, but it didn't have chunks of tomato. However, Jennings' pasta dish came with 3 little tomatoes on top of it, and he doesn't like tomatoes, so I stole those and I put them on, and it was perfect. But it was really good.
She wanted to say hi. She is a sucker for margarita pizzas. I don't really understand it because it's really just bread, sauce, and cheese is mainly what's on them.
I just really like them.
But she loves these margarita pizzas. And then Jennings got the bucatini.
No, the rigatoni.
Rigatoni. The bucatini was the other one he was looking at.
Yes.
I'm sure they were both fantastic.
She said the rigatoni is to die for, and that they make the cream of prosecco sauce in-house. And so he was going to ask for the bucatini or the rigatoni pasta with the red sauce or something. Anyway, but he was like, all right, I'm just going to go with the rigatoni the way it's made. And I think he was so glad he did, and I was so glad he did. It was delicious. He said he could have drank that sauce.
So the burger was fantastic. So my favorite burger on Disney property is at the Boathouse, and it's because of the brioche bun that's really, really well done. And then the patty is always super flavorful, a little bit thick. It's always a perfect medium rare when I get it at the Boathouse. And this was that, just done with an added aioli, this Greek aioli, and just a ton of arugula on there, which really, it was almost too much arugula, but it just really set it off nicely, that bite of food with the crunch and freshness of the arugula, that aioli on there, and that perfect brioche bun. It was a very good burger, arguably better than the Boathouse. If I had to compare all burgers across Universal and Disney, this one might be my favorite. It was fantastic. And the fries, it comes with a steak fries that were seasoned really, really well, which she brought ketchup for. But then she said, when she delivered, she said, we make a special sauce. So there's a side of fries you can buy for $10 that comes with this. It's like a lemon aioli.
Yeah.
Would you like to try a little bit with your side of fries that came with your burger? I'm like, sure. So she brought it out. I didn't even touch the ketchup. It was... Jennings could have drunk his pasta sauce. I could have just like lapped up this lemon aioli. It was perfect. And those fries were super crispy. So good.
Oh, yeah. So all that to say, we gave food a 4.5. It was really well done. If you add all that up and divide it out, it is a 4.375 out of 5. We will 100% be back to this restaurant. Now, parking, if you are not staying at Helios, I think it is important to note that if you are just coming in, as of right now, so you know, April, May of 2025, as this park is opening, if you enter from Epic Universe into Helios, you cannot get back into the park, even with park tickets, unless you are staying at Helios. And so that's important to note. If you go over to Helios separately and you drive your own vehicle, it was a if you spent $75 at Flora Taverna, or $50 at Bar Helios, you can get your parking validated, but you cannot stay longer than 4 hours.
Otherwise, it's $125 to park there.
Yeah.
So if you stay less than 4 hours and you spend $75 at Flora Taverna, you don't have to pay that. If you stay more than 4 hours, regardless of how much you spend, they're going to charge $125 to park there.
Yeah.
So 4 hours is plenty of time to get in and out of Flora Taverna. Totally worth a visit if you're looking for somewhere fabulous. We'll definitely be back. But there's so many new restaurants to try inside Epic Universe. We're just excited to be able to try them all. But yeah, 4.375 for a brand new restaurant in a brand new hotel that had been open all of like 3 days when we checked in. Like, they did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I would have expected way more stumbles and hiccups and, you know, food not being quite what you ordered because it's like literally 4 days old. They did a wonderful job.
They really did. So stay tuned. We have lots of Epic Universe dining reviews coming your way over the next couple of months, because we are going to just try as much as we can every time we're there.
They won't be all Epic Universe. We will throw a bunch of Disney dining in there as well, of course, because we love dining on Disney property.
All right. If you are liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
We will see you on the next video.